think the roots for that is definitely to be searched in, I think, the grandmasters of design, Le Corbusier, Mies van der Rohe, Eileen Gray, and so on and so forth. And I really think that the reason I came more and more in contact with design was because I was searching for defined pieces for my architectures, for my projects. And I couldn't find them as I liked them, so I tended to more and more design single pieces. So it's really through architecture I came actually to design. So our first encounter was actually, I think, 3 years ago now. They were interested in my work. Actually, only 2 years after we started the collaboration. The mission was to design a modular sofa with many different combinations. And so I proposed a couch that plays with organic forms and shapes as well as more classical shapes. The whole Minotti family was actually very open to it. So I was quite humbled to see that such an established brand was so curious to letting, first of all, me in step by step and idea by idea. So the concept for the Eve modular sofa came along exactly because on one side I was proposing a more organic shaped couch per se, and there was an interest from Minotti to combine my more sculptural vision with a more classical approach in terms of couch and actually bring the two together. And there is also a really beautiful, or several beautiful details that remind of this almost haute couture kind of attitude, which is, I think, intrinsic in the work of Minotti. There is, furthermore, a very graphic kind of approach, such as the stitchings that meet the visible structures, so the legs are perfectly aligned with the stitchings. So it's a design piece perfectly coherent in itself, but it also speaks with the architecture that surrounds it. If I close my eyes, I could see it in John Lautner's villa, the Goldstein house in Los Angeles, surrounded by beautiful architecture in concrete. A Californian sun, the golden hour. I could see it in a Paris apartment, for instance, with beautiful plaster decorations, wooden floor. I could see it in one of my projects, a chalet architecture in Cervinia. I think it's a sofa that is so architectural and it's so adaptable. It really would resound with any architecture. Oh, there are so many affinities actually, and we discovered them, I think, throughout the development process. Also the design process, I gotta say. It was really intimidating at first, obviously. I mean, Minotti being a global brand, and I've never worked with a brand on such a global scale. But what I realized was that the more we worked together, the more there was an affinity in terms of concept, in terms of ideas. And what was even more interesting, I think, throughout this process, that we got a real momentum going, because literally we were supposed to produce one modular sofa, that was it. But the more we worked together, the more we actually discovered a real love for sculptural design pieces. I'm very attracted by sculpture in general. I literally grew up with a very artistic background. So a double L-shaped form, which is kind of like a very simple, I always love to narrow down geometric forms and shapes and then recombine them in a way that is unprecedented. And that actually happened with this understructure for the Nico table that then become the room divider, that then become the bookshelf. If I really have to choose between the two, function first, but right after comes form, because form definitely gives the function not just its appearance, but somehow it's always intertwined. So my real answer would be both, actually.